learning about the danger behind a countertop material found in millions of American homes. Engineered stone, also called quartz, is popular because it's beautiful and can be made in multiple colors and finishes. But many of the workers who make those counters are getting sick from a material called silica. It can get in their lungs, leaving them in need of a lung transplant and at risk of death.
Here, Ozkul's lungs are so badly scarred that even a short trip to the dog park is hard going.
I can't go somewhere easily, I have to carry all the time my oxygen.
He can't even bend down to tie up his shoes without becoming incredibly breathless.
Tahir worked at a small Melbourne factory where he cut engineered stone into kitchen benches that are popular in new houses. It released toxic silica dust.
When we cut dry cutting, we got a big fan on the roof. We use that one, and it sucked all the dust, but still the dust everywhere.
Tahir is not alone. There's been a cluster of silicosis cases in Queensland.
Often, it's immigrant Latino workers paying the price. Along with Williams, now waiting for his transplant, there's 56-year-old Arturo Batista, a father of 3 who says he has to keep working despite being diagnosed with silicosis.
I know it's doing me harm, but I have nowhere else to work.
And 34-year-old Gustavo Reyes Gonzalez, who had to have a lung transplant last February.
There's very little possibility that my life lasts long. The transplant is for a few years, nothing more.
Did anyone ever tell any of you that you needed protection from the dust?
No.
No.
Hey guys, it's me here, Comrade Lavender, back with another anti-capitalism YouTube video. Topic, true crime case. Today I want to talk about the pure evil files of the engineered stone industry files, the stuff that you put in your home, on your countertops, deep dive, capitalism, health crisis, true crime, profits over lives, etc. Let's get started into this YouTube video. But before we get started, all my YouTube videos related to this topic will be linked down in the description down below, as well as on the screen right now if you'd like to check them out. So let's get started into this YouTube video topic. Over 90% of engineered stone businesses put bench top workers at risk of a fatal lung disease. Over the past decade, engineered stone countertops made from crushed quartz have taken over the U.S. market. They come in a range of colors and patterns, and manufacturers talk up their advantages in homes. Homeowners ordering new kitchens during their home and garden renovations and home renovations probably don't consider the possibility that workers could die as a result of cutting and polishing and making their gleaming new engineered stone bench tops. But compared to natural stone, those slabs often contain higher levels of crystalline silica, as much as 95%. While the countertops are not a danger to the consumers who put them in their homes, they are a danger to the workers who make them. Yet, more than 90% of 126 engineered stone fabricator businesses checked by WorkSafe over the past 3 years failed to properly protect workers from the toxic silica dust that causes silicosis, an incurable and potentially fatal lung disease. This industry is putting capitalism profits over lives of their own workers. Capitalism atrocity. Capitalism puts profits over lives on a daily basis. ACC has received 140 claims for assessment of accelerated lung disease since 2019, but it's estimated that as many as 600 past and present stonemasons may require health monitoring. Dr. Jane, a pulmonary critical care physician at UCLA's Medical Center, says she talks to patients with silicosis on an almost weekly basis. A study she led last year found that in California, Nearly a fifth of workers who got silicosis on the job died. Yesterday, she says, I had a patient. He had a cough, and he really didn't think anything of it. And I basically told him that he was going to need a lung transplant or he was going to die in the next couple of years, she said. The disease especially impacts immigrant, migrant, Latino workers who dominate the industry. The disease not only endangered workers' lives, but also placed a heavy emotional and financial toll and burden on their families. Now workers are filing a lawsuit because these companies chose capitalism profits over the safety of the workers and the lives of the workers. Former Stonesman Nicholas Boreham is a good example of how dusty workplaces can wreak havoc on workers' lives. Combined with asthma, a diagnosis of accelerated silicosis, setting the engineered stone in poorly ventilated Australian factories, cloud and dust has seen his health rapidly decline, or steadily decline. Boreham also cut engineered stone in New Zealand as well. He has so far received $850,000 in terminal benefits from the Queensland government, and his Brisbane lawyer Roger Singh is now suing engineered companies and manufacturers on his behalf. Some more victims of capitalism in this case. Danny Williams, 36 years old, is a worker from California who received a double lung transplant 2 weeks ago, a fate he never anticipated when he began working with engineered stone. Doctors say if he's lucky, it'll let him live to his mid-40s. No one, Williams said, told him he needed protection from the dust as he did his job. Along with Williams, there's Arturo Barista, a 56-year-old father of 3 who says he has to continue working despite being diagnosed with this lung disease. Gayanoso Reves Gonzalez, 34 years old, also from California, had to have a lung transplant in February of 2023, but still faces the likelihood of a shortened lifespan. He also said he was never told of the dangers when he first started working. Their attorney, James Nevin, said many of these workers are in their 20s, their early 30s, and their early 40s, and they will be dead within a year if they don't get a lung transplant. The manufacturers and companies knew all that. They knew exactly this was going to happen, but said nothing. The manufacturers declined to comment on the ongoing lawsuits that are happening. An industry group, the Silica Safety Coalition, said exposure to silica dust is preventable. Its fabrication shops comply with state and federal OSHA regulations and requirements. Another, the Engineered Stone Manufacturer Association, said licensing programs and enhanced regulatory oversight are the keys to protecting workers. In December, Australia banned engineered stone, citing the industry's failure to protect workers from the toxic dust. This move has prompted questions about the safety practices in fabrication shops in the United States, where the issue of silica toxic dust remains a pressing concern. Joseph Mondragon, 33 years old, said he has been around the Omaha, Nebraska stone-cutting shops his father owned since he was 15 years old, and he said he's now just getting the warnings of the dangers of engineered stone cutting.